what are your views? Because it's about money being spiritual, or is there a spiritual side of money?
Yes, money is just a neutral energy when you look at it closely. It can be good, it can be bad. It's like chameleon, or it's how you want it to be. So my favorite question back to you is, if money was a person, who would it be? Is that a happy person? Was that a scary person? If money was a person, happy people say, oh, that's a friendly, person who just want to do good. And if you are always having money issues, money can be a bad-tempered assassin or very abusive husband.
I see it as a sort of confident, determined character. I don't know if that's
Mm-hmm.
what that means. A sort of like confident and yeah, a sort of determined, somebody that's got a lot of determination and confidence in them.
Right. So when you have that in your image, you may feel like you're not doing the right thing
Ah,
because
aha.
that person will decide if you did it right or did it wrong.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I can tell so much about how people think by getting the answers. So ideal situation is money, say money can be an angel who doesn't judge you for who you are. Wouldn't that be more
Yes,
liberating than
absolutely.
than very tough guy?
Yeah. So I need to change my money. I have to look at changing my persona, my who that
Hmm.
person is.
Right. And if you can do that, just imagine, like for you, money can be a smiling angel who's smiling at you, whatever you do. Wouldn't that be more liberating?
Definitely, definitely. And I don't think I never think money. So I never think of money as sort of good or bad. Uh,
Hmm.
I, I know that I'm very money motivated. I don't know. Do you have sort of personality tests to decide whether you're, because I know you talk about money warriors,
Yes.
money makers. Is there a
Uh-huh.
sort of a few questions we can ask the
Yes.
audience, or you can ask me that would determine my own sort of character, my own
Right. I mean, you
money?
can find out who you are on my website. It takes about like 20 different questions. By answering, those questions, it'll tell you it's free of charge, like what kind of personality you are. You can be a spender, you can be a warrior, but probably by, without taking a quiz, because if you always love spending money, that you're a spender. And if you worry about money, you're a warrior. And if you're a saver, you don't go out for party. And if you're a gambler, you always gamble. So you kind of know who you are.
And if you're a bit of, I think I'm a bit of a mixture in all of them,
Yes,
but
everyone.
I do know I regularly check my bank account and my investments
Hmm.
regularly. I'm regularly
Yeah,
looking at it.
yeah. So you just want to make sure that money can bring you security and safety. Because if money, how much ever that is, if money means security for you, you don't have to check it all the time. So you probably think money can protect you, money can give you some safety. So once you think of that,
Yes.
you will turn, it'll flip back to you, and by you feeling like, what if this money is gets lost? What if my money goes down? So what if? So if you just have neutral feeling uh, with money, you can be very free.
I think that's that in itself, because I think there are so many people, especially in today's day and age with things going on in the economy, people are constantly looking at the news, and the news is always negative anyway. And we're being bombarded by, house prices are going up, prices of petrol, and it's a constant telling our conscious that the things are not good, that our money isn't inflation's so high, super high in the Western world, and we don't get as much for our pound or our yen as we used to do. So I think there's a lot of fear out there. And the way I just sort of stop listening to the news sometimes, because I think it's, well, I don't want to let that in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it would be, and it's sort of it would be good to hear how we can sort of counteract those voices, I guess.
Mhm. Right. But if you just pay less attention to what's going on in the world, you may not know there could be an earthquake on the other side of the planet, and it could hit you. You know, what's happening in China could wipe you out financially in a matter of 36 hours. So I think more than ever, you have to pay much attention to what's going on in the world, because without your knowledge, you could lose everything. Like in China, all the wealthy people's, in like an equivalent to Merrill Lynch, they got shut down, you know, and stuff like that could happen elsewhere in the world. And if that happens, are you well prepared, you know, financially, emotionally? And then when that happens, if you're prepared, okay, you know, today's a rainy day, you can smile. But if you're not prepared, and then it could be a big shock, you know, some people could have a heart attack because you take it so physically.